Welcome back to another video on DC Future States, and today we are covering the next Batman, number 3. The last issue ended with the new Batman, Tim Fox, about to deal with two criminals. But then, a whole squad of peacekeepers showed up ready to kill the Batman. They have shoot-on-sight orders for anyone wearing a mask. So yeah, if you guys are ready, let's jump into part 3 of the next Batman. Two criminals, husband and wife, sit on the ground, awaiting their death by the peacekeepers. Batman stands up. He tries to give himself over to save the couple, but the peacekeepers open fire. Batman needs to buy time for help to arrive. He throws a bomb to take down the cyberbots. The couple stay close to Batman as he jumps in the battle with the magistrate forces. He takes down multiple cyberbots, all in one sequence. The captain of the peacekeepers tells the squad, "Rally up, somebody get eyes on Batman." Batman throws electric bombs at the peacekeepers. The captain watches his crew fall to the ground, defeated. He goes to shoot at Batman. Batman dodges and punches the captain in the face. Both Batman and the captain exchange blows, but in the end, Batman gets the knockout blow. Batman goes to help out the couple. They're about to leave on Batman's motorcycle, but that's when a magistrate drone appears. The drone destroys the motorcycle and confronts the Batman. The drone aims to kill Batman, but Batman grabs a rock and throws it right through the drone, destroying it. Batman and the couple of criminals run off. The criminals choose Batman over the magistrates. Batman leads the way, still knowing that the magistrate is going after him. We fast forward to the captain named Stance reporting his failure to Peacekeeper 01. Peacekeeper 01 notes all of Captain Stance's mistakes. He should not identify himself. He should try harder. This is not the real Batman. The real Batman is dead. Or at least that's what Peacekeeper 01 thinks, right? Now, Peacekeeper 01 redeploys Captain Stance's team of Peacekeepers. He tells them to not report back to him until the new Batman is dead. Captain Stance goes back to his team of Peacekeepers and calls dibs on putting a bullet in Batman's head when the time comes. We shift to Batman and the two criminals arriving at a church. Well, it used to be a church. Now it's a safe house. The couple asks Batman, "Why are you doing this? Why are you helping us?" Batman responds, "You wanted to know if I believe in justice, yeah? I do. You two deserve a trial, not an execution." Now, this isn't the only reason that Batman brought the two along. Batman has taken a bullet from the Peacekeepers. Once he removes his armor, he'll bleed out, he'll die. So, Batman needs the couple's help in saving him. Now, the couple uses a flare to burn Batman's wound once he opens his armor. The burn works good enough to buy Batman some time. But still, we shift to the Fox family household. Lucius and his wife Tanya have a heated argument about the shoot-on-sight law order. Tanya thinks the law is bad. She thinks it's not good enough. She's struggling to figure out a plan. Lucius tells her, "If you can't do your job, then back off and let the peacekeepers do theirs." Now, obviously, this response angers Tanya, and she walks away telling Lucius, "I'm going back to my office to figure out how to save this law." Tanya walks into the living room and is confronted by her daughter, Tamara. Tamara is against the ideal of the peacekeepers. Tanya doesn't like the peacekeepers either, but she thinks vigilantes should be taken down. Justice does not wear a mask. Tanya walks away, and Tamara decides to go visit her brother Luke in the other room. Now, Luke Fox is in the workout room just punching a bag, and Tamara confronts him and asks him, "Are you Batman?" And Luke responds no, but Tamara thinks Luke is lying. She remembers him lying about Batwing. Guys, this is a cool reference, cool throwback, but Luke then tells her he wasn't lying. He just never told her. Luke begins to talk about his family. He still thinks that Lucius, his father, is messed up from the Joker War. Tanya is too focused on the mass vigilante law, while Tim abandoned the family, so he's not really a good guy. Now Tamara disagrees. She still holds out hope for Tim. He is her brother after all. Now Tamara is unsure about vigilantes. Luke gives his advice on it. He was once under a mask, so he gets it. He believes anyone willing to go out and deal with the nonsense of Gotham has to be a good person. Now this is ironic, because he just said that Tim is not a good person because of all the things he did, but then he's a mask, he's Batman, so he is a good person because Luke believes that anyone to put on a mask and deal with Gotham has to be a good guy. I'm honestly looking forward to see how Luke will respond when he finds out that Tim is actually Batman. We shift to Batman. He calls Detective Chubb. Batman needs the detective's help. The detective wants to shoot Batman, find the killers of Drzeski. Batman just so happens to have the two criminals at his side. So guys, Drzeski was the guy who got beat to death by the couple, you know, because he kidnapped their daughter, or they think that he killed their daughter. So there's some tension. The couple went after him, beat him to death, and now they're not in the best place. The detective is just going after them. Batman has them in custody and he's going to turn them over. But Batman is not just going to turn them over to die. He wants them to have a trial. They don't deserve to die. There's a story behind their motives. Detective Chubb tells Batman she'll be at the church in an hour to pick up the two criminals. They will get a trial. She also tells Batman that the peacekeepers show up, she's going against him. Detective Chubb does not want to put herself up against the peacekeepers. Batman is fine with the plan. He'll take his chances. Batman gets off the phone, but the husband named Eric of the couple attacks. He beats Batman to the ground. He doesn't want to be turned in. Eric's wife tries to stop him, but Eric elbows her in the face. He gets a rope and ties it around Batman's neck. Eric thinks that the peacekeepers show up and find Batman dead. Then maybe he'll be set free. They won't kill him. So, Eric gets a tight grip on the rope and begins to strangle Batman. How will Batman get out of this situation in the next issue? So that was Future State, the next Batman, number 3. And guys, you're probably wondering, wait, that was just the main story. What about the backup stories? Well, I'm actually going to save those for other videos. Because those backup stories, Outsiders, and Arkham Knights, the finale to those stories, were really good, alright? Like, they had some great conclusions that I'd rather talk about in more detail in some other videos. Don't worry though, I'll be releasing those videos very shortly, alright? I'm not gonna keep you guys hanging. Still though, this main story, I thought was okay, alright? I really feel like this main story was the weak part of this entire issue, which doesn't mean it's bad, but I feel like this whole next Batman storyline has been kinda underwhelming, at least for me. Because, first off, we got artwork by Laura Braga, right? Now, I'm not giving any disrespect to Laura Braga, like the artwork isn't bad. The artwork actually looks pretty good, it looks clean, the action looks dope. I actually really like the designs, and the final splash image looks really cool. I thought it was really good. But, I came into this comic expecting Nick Darrington, alright? And guys, Nick Darrington's artwork was way better in part 1 of the storyline. Now, last issue where we saw Laura Braga and artwork, at first I was like, alright, no Nick Darrington. And I know you guys are going to say, but it says breakdowns by Nick Darrington. Sure, I guess, he does the panel layouts. But I feel like that makes it worse. Because that makes Laura Braga's job even harder. Because now Laura Braga has to go by the breakdowns of Nick Darrington instead of just doing her own style. Like, if you just give Laura Braga, like, alright, here's these pages, fill them up, make them unique. I actually feel like that would be better instead of her going by like a restriction of Nick Darrington's breakdowns. Like, that makes it confusing. It doesn't let each artist or each creator really show like their best work. So yeah, I still don't like that. But still, when I read part 2 and we saw Laura Braga on artwork, I was like, alright, maybe they're just gonna have her do artwork for part 2 and 4 and Nick Darrington for part 1 and 3, right? Nope, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have Laura Braga do the artwork for the next part, pretty much the rest of the story. So basically, Nick Darrington was only in part 1 to get you into this comic. which I don't like, because this is a 4-issue storyline, right? And we're not talking about the backups, alright? Just the next Batman story. Now, they had a long time to make this story. A really long time, because this was originally with 5G, right? That's the theory, but I'm pretty sure it's true, like 100% true. So, they had some time to make the story and put some amazing artwork in it. And again, I'm not saying Laura Braga's artwork's not good, but for the shift in artists so quickly, it's like, why? They didn't need to rush this. They had the time to make the artwork consistent throughout the storyline. Because when you actually read the story in full, in trade, it's gonna be kind of weird. It's gonna be like, alright, we got some amazing artwork by Nick Darrington, and then a completely different style by Laura Braga in the next 3 parts. And if you came for Nick Darrington, you're gonna be disappointed. So yeah, that's my first complaint. It's not a huge complaint, it doesn't weigh the story down, like, all the way. I wish they stuck with Nick Darrington. Or started with Laura Braga, so we have a consistent art style throughout the storyline instead of a bunch of different shifts. I don't like that. Now, the story itself by John Ridley, it's good, but I kind of expected more from him. Now, the story seeing Tim Fox take the 2 criminals to like a church, and then the criminals like turn on him at the end, that was kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, why Batman, or at least Tim, get jumped by these 2 criminals? Like, they're not skilled. Like, come on, Batman. Why'd you let them just hit you on the top of the head? Or at least, okay, usually when I see Batman get hit on the top of the head or get ambushed, he doesn't let the person start to strangle him for that long, right? Give the criminal enough time to get behind him and strangle him. Like, it makes this Batman, Tim Fox, not look so good. It doesn't make him look like he's capable of being Batman. Where I think he can. I think he can be capable. But with this shows of him getting, like, taken down by criminals, like, yeah, he didn't get killed yet, but he still got jumped pretty badly, and I was like, alright, the only point for this was to have a big cliffhanger, like, oh, is Batman gonna die? How will he get out of this? Now, the stuff I'm really liking about the story, not Peacekeeper 01 or Captain Stance, that could be whatever. The stuff I am liking is the Fox family dynamic. I really like seeing the interactions between Luke Fox, Tamara, Tanya, and Lucius. Like, seeing Tamara confront Luke and be like, hey, you Batman? And Luke's like, nah. And she's like, you are lying. Like, I remember you lied to me when you were Batwing. And Luke's response was just so good. He's like, I didn't lie to you, I just didn't tell you. Like, I actually found that line to be really good, and I like those interactions. Or say, like, Tanya and Lucius, seeing them have, like, a heated argument about, like, the mass vigilante law. Like, that's some interesting stuff, and it actually shows the writing by John Ridley can be really good. Another great part is when Batman, Tim Fox, calls Detective Chubb, right? And he's like, hey, I want these 2 criminals, this couple, to have a trial instead of get killed. And that makes sense. Like, there's actually some great lines in this issue where he tells the couple, like, hey, I want you to have a trial, not an execution. And how it's written by John Ridley shows potential. Like, it's good. It's good writing. And I'm like, alright, why can this whole issue not be like that? There's certain instances where I'm like, this is what I wanted. And then there's other instances where I'm like, alright, that was kind of rushed. But why is it rushed? Like, some of the story feels a little rushed, or, actually a little rushed. Like, the artwork is rushed because we have that shift in artists, or at times, we jump a little bit instead of being in the moment a little longer. Like, with Batman the couple, like, we could explore that a little longer instead of jumping to them trying to kill him. I'm just saying, like, they have the time to make the story, and I kind of feel like they were trying to make it, like, actually a big run. 85 issues. And you'll love it, right? John Ridley's like, I'm down, let's do it. I have a whole story planned out, and then they came to him like, hey, you got 4 issues. So, that's what I feel like. It's all condensed down into this. And then, the last minute, Nick Darrington was like, nah, I can't do this whole storyline. I just do this a little bit, and Laura Braga's gonna do the rest. Now, Nick Darrington jumps on for the last issue, the last part of the storyline. I'll be stoked. That'll be awesome. But we'll see. But yeah, guys, overall, this issue, I feel like it was fine. Like, it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great. Like, it's just passable. That's it. And if you skip it, you're not really missing much. So yeah, I'm going to give this issue a 7.5 out of 10. Passable, like I said. You guys can check it out if you want to. I'm still going to check out the final issue because I want to see how John Ridley wraps this up, alright? But yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. If you liked the video, give a big thumbs up. New channel, make sure to subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next DC Future State video. I'll be releasing my videos to the backup stories in this issue soon, like Outsiders and Arkham Knights. Like, guys, Outsiders was really dope, so stay tuned for that video. Actually, that'll be the next video I'll release, alright, in the next hour or two. So yeah, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.